Yeah, so we will be trading Draymondo at the trade deadline because you're not going to disrespect me like I'm Jordan Poole, buddy.
Sometimes you with people for a long time, there's a level of comfort and shit happens.
You know what's not supposed to happen after 4 championships together?
Temper spilled over, and I just thought it was best that I got out of there. I don't think there was a situation where it was going to get better.
Your emotional leader walking off the bench and your calm players coach snapping on national TV?
It was just best to remove myself, that's it. People lose their emotions sometimes. It happens. It is what it is. We've been at this now for a long time,
December 22nd, third quarter against the Magic. Warriors barely hanging on to relevance at 15-15. Timeout. Cameras catch Steve Kerr and Draymond Green going at each other on the bench. Seconds later, Draymond gets up, walks straight to the locker room, and never comes back in the game. The internet lost its mind. Millions of views in hours. Everyone wanted to know what pushed the most patient coach in basketball to snap like that.
Yeah, we got into it obviously, and I took the timeout just because I thought we lost our focus there a little bit, and so we had it out a little bit. Man, he made his decision to go back to the locker room to cool off, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Everything is private.
And guys, this is way messier than you think. So look, this wasn't some regular coach yells, player yells back moment. Coaches bark at guys every night, players clap back all the time. What made this different was what Draymond did next.
I gotta suspend Draymond Green if I'm running the Warriors. I don't think I have any other choice in the matter with what happened last night. The reality here is that during the game, Draymond Green and Steve Kerr got into it. Draymond puts his head in his towel, getting yelled at, and then all of a sudden, he stands up and he walks away.
Kerr calls timeout because he thinks the team lost focus. He tries to reel everybody in. Instead, it turns into a screaming match on the bench.
Seeing the tape back, seeing everything, do you think that Draymond took it a little bit too far?
Yes, he definitely took it too far. I didn't have a problem with him getting Rudy off of Clay because, the rule of thumb is you don't put your hands on another player on the other team. You get your own guy. And so I thought Rudy was wrong for putting his arms on Clay, regardless of his intentions.
You can see assistant coaches and vets trying to calm it down, and Draymond isn't having it. He doesn't sit at the end of the bench. He doesn't just stare at the floor and cool off. He gets up, walks past everybody, and disappears into the tunnel with a whole quarter left to play. He didn't play the final 20 minutes.
That was a huge moment of growth for me, of not just standing there, sitting there arguing with Steve, but getting out the way, allowing our team to play great and get a win that we needed.
When reporters asked if Draymond might have gone back in, Kerr didn't sugarcoat it. No, he wasn't going back in. Not we decided, not it just didn't work out. Just a hard no.
So I had no problem with Draymond getting him off of him, but he's got to let go. And he hung on for 6-7 seconds, and it was a terrible visual for the league, for Draymond, for everybody. So Draymond was wrong. He knows that. It's a bad look. The 5 games is deserved, and, we move forward.
2 days later, Steve Kerr did something that almost never happens in this league. He publicly apologized. Not one of those "we're all competitors" cliches. He called it "not my finest hour" and said he regretted how he handled it. Now think about that. This is the same dude who survived Draymond cussing him out in huddles, survived KD versus Draymond, survived a player punching a teammate in practice. He's been the "let guys be themselves" coach for 10 years. And this is the moment he feels the need to apologize? You can call it humility if you want, but to a lot of people watching, this looked like damage control. The Warriors aren't a 60-win machine anymore.
Sometimes you with people for a long time, there's a level of comfort and shit happens. We move forward.
Do you feel like this will linger at all?
No, we move forward.
They're fighting just to stay in the playoff picture. The last thing this front office needs is Kerr loses locker room going viral. Here's where it gets ugly. This isn't just about one heated timeout. This is about a dynasty that might be dying in real time. The Warriors are sitting at .500. Draymond is getting older. Klay's not the same. Steph is still unreal, but he's carrying way more than he should. The front office is quietly looking around for a more athletic big, which is basically them saying, we can't win like this anymore. When you're winning titles, this kind of blow-up is just fire and competitiveness. You crack a joke about it and move on. But when you're 15-15 and staring down the possibility of missing the playoffs, that same blow-up becomes a red flag. Suddenly, people start asking, is Draymond still the heartbeat of this team, or is he the anchor dragging them down? And the worst part? Draymond leaving the bench sent a message. Not just, I'm mad. It said, I don't trust this situation enough to stay out here. The Warriors love calling themselves a family. Kerr defends his guys in the media. Draymond calls Kerr one of the only coaches who really gets him. They've won 4 rings together. That bond has been their armor.
Things are great. You know, we had a great day yesterday. We had a great practice, some great conversations. Not only just that, you know, and I'm really happy that I left that huddle when I did, because then it allowed us yesterday to just move forward and talk about what we needed to talk about.
But families don't always break during the hard times. Sometimes they crack when everyone's tired, frustrated, and feeling like their role is shrinking.
And the things that we need to get done with this team, I think we're starting to play a lot better. So it was good to mitigate the damage, mitigate the damages, continue to move on. We've been together for a very long time, and stuff happens. So I'm excited, you know, to continue playing.
Draymond has always been allowed to be the loudest voice in the room, the emotional engine, the guy who can cross lines because that's just Draymond.
I just thought it was very heated, and it wasn't going to change. To get myself out of the moment, allow, you know, things to go down. And I thought our team was playing great. Like we weren't hitting shots, but we were playing a great game. And I didn't want the one thing to become two, you know, so let that moment happen, remove myself. We have a good enough team to go continue playing great and win the game, which we did.
So what does it say when even Kerr hits his limit?
Yeah, so we will be trading Draymondo at the trade deadline, because you're not going to disrespect me like I'm Jordan Poole, buddy. I told this triple single machine that he better not get another triple single tonight, or else I won't be feeding him any grass moving forward. He got a bit offended when I said that. I told him to meet me in the back if he wants to catch this fade. So that's why he left the bench and went to the locker room. I gave him a good spanking there. And after that, he learned his lesson to not mess with Daddy Steve. I got punched by the GOAT Michael Jordan, bro, so this little bum isn't going to scare me. He thought I was Jordan Poole or some shit. As you guys saw, right after I benched his ass, we went on a huge run.
Some people are going to look at this and say, this is just passion. It happens. Others are going to look at Draymond walking off and say, that's quitting on your team. Both can be true. Draymond might have genuinely believed he was preventing something worse. Kerr might have genuinely believed he had to draw a line finally. But here's the uncomfortable angle. If this same exact thing happened on a young team with a coach on the hot seat, we wouldn't be calling it family tension. We'd be asking, is this coach getting fired? Is this player on the trade block? Kerr went out of his way to say he wants Draymond to retire a Warrior. That sounds great.
He better get on his knees and thank Steph Curry for earning him all that money, because without Steph, this guy would be working as a farmer and eating grass along with the cows there. I already thanked Steph for carrying me my whole career, so he better to do the same, bro.
But teams say stuff like that all the time, until they don't. Front offices love loyalty until the losses pile up. Then forever turns into, we had to make a tough decision real quick. Here's the brutal truth. Every dynasty hits that one moment where you look back and say, yeah, that's where it shifted. For the Spurs, it was Kawhi. For the Bulls, it was the last dance season. For the Warriors, this might be it. Your emotional leader walking off mid-game and your calm coach publicly admitting he lost his cool.
I was wondering if I could follow up on your comment from the other night that Draymond is the best defender you've ever seen, because you have seen and played with a lot of great defenders. Yeah. Do you have a top 3 maybe, or what differentiates Draymond specifically?
I have a top 2, and that's Scottie Pippen and Draymond. And I think what makes Draymond different from Scottie is that Draymond is physically stronger and more capable of guarding low post.
So what happens next? If they start winning, this gets remembered as just another wild Draymond story. But if they keep floating around .500, if the front office makes a big move, if another incident happens, people are going to point back to this night and say, that's when it was clear this thing was falling apart.
What was your view of from what happened with Draymond and Steve?
They're just having a good conversation. It's kind of for them to talk about, not me.
So what do you think? Was Draymond right to walk away before it got worse? Or did he cross a line you can't come back from? Should Kerr have stood on what he did instead of apologizing? Or did he do the right thing trying to protect the relationship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. We're breaking down all the biggest NBA drama with new angles all season long.